got that glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oil farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. Real life, I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
I'm only gonna do this once. Classic! All right now. Ha ha.
That glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oil farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. Real life, I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside of the frame. I'ma love them from outside of the pain. That type of hate don't belong on my paint. That type of hate don't belong in proximity. Lord knows I love to match energy. Won't smoke, I know the back chimney. No hope with me once you an enemy. Well trained, I break you down clinically. BTA is my ministry. Laying that belt, laying that leather. It ain't no pics, it's with whoever. Ain't gotta like us, but you gon' respect us. Before I be soft, I'd rather be deadly. Let's get it. Since I lost Sebastian, my heart has been heavy. Hard in my heart, now it's hard to be friendly. PTSD in my arms, he was heavy. Felt his heart stop, oh my God, I wasn't ready. Couldn't even walk, his last walk was with Granny. Heard he was sick and they said it was bad. I damn that collapsed, but my legs felt like jelly. Man down, I lost my family. Therapy dog, who gon' help with my sanity now? Think I'm about vanity now. Been in the gym, I'm trying to balance it out. Managing rage, out of line, so people jumped off the page. Bad time if you really won't play. Bad time for you to play with my name. It's Candyman if you say my name. How I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. Classic.
Yo, what's good, family? What's good, family? It is the human experience back again, episode 3. Can y'all hear me clear? We good?
Sir.
I bet. I'm getting a little feedback, but look, yes, the human experience, episode 3. We here 3 weeks in a row since we started our show. We have not missed yet. I cannot tell
Classic.
So look, man, we back tonight. We got a great show. Put together for y'all tonight. We're gonna be talking about the journey, and we're gonna be talking about relationships, and not necessarily romantic relationships, but relationships in general. So all come be interactive in our chat. This is an interactive show. We try our best to read all our chats. Generally, we do read all our chats, whether they super chats or otherwise. Wherever you tapped in from, we appreciate you. This is now streaming currently on the Raw Society Coalition channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. It's also streaming at the Classic Codes. If you're watching from there, make sure you like and subscribe. It's also streaming streaming on the Tez Down. It's also streaming on the Classic Codes on Twitch as well. So wherever you're watching from, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and enjoy the show tonight. Tez, how you feeling, my brother?
Feeling real good, man. It's been a great day, great weekend.
Boy, is that a new microphone? You sound crispy.
Thank you.
Julio, what's going on? Roxy in the building. What's up, Roxy? Said clear, cool, Tez Down 333. Roxy said, hey, what's happening? We appreciate you. I hope you're ready to talk tonight. So me and Tez, we generally like to take it to the locker room, man. We take shit straight to the locker room. So we're gonna have a lot of bro talk tonight. We're gonna have a lot of conversation for the men, with the men, and the women, of course, can learn from it, listening to men talk amongst each other, and also offering that feminine input as well. We appreciate it for sure. The Queen sup. What's happening with you? For sure. So our icebreaker for the night is going to be getting in man mode. We're gonna slide over to TikTok, and we actually gonna listen to a brother spread some wisdom in regards to how he feels about, what's required when you really get serious about life, and when you get serious about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And so we call this getting in man mode. Let's listen to his wisdom.
Fellas, man, when you get to a point where you turning down bad chicks, man, when you turning down girls that people would die for, when you're not responding to every DM, when you set up there, man, and you cutting off chicks because they disrespecting you, when you get to a point where you prioritize the bag, you prioritize your future instead of, short-term pleasure, you got to understand your energy is everything. They cut off access, man. Stop following all these chicks on the gram because that's a, gateway to temptation. When you get to a point, man, when you can't be easily controlled by some head, by some box, man, you're going to be a dangerous man. Fellas, man, when you get to a point where you turning down bad chicks, man, when you turning down girls that people would die for, when you're not responding to every DM, when you set up there, man, and you cutting off chicks because they disrespecting you, when you get to a point where you prioritize the bag, you prioritize your future instead of, short-term pleasure, you got to understand your energy is everything. They cut off access, man. Stop following all these chicks on the gram because that's a, gateway to temptation. When you get to a point, man, when you can't be easily controlled by some head, by some box, man, you're going to be a dangerous man.
He said one thing that was so powerful, which was the end. You gonna be a dangerous man. Tez, I'm real heavy on staying dangerous. Classic. You know what I'm saying? Because nature in and of itself is about survival, and survival involves a lot of different things. Being docile isn't necessarily one of them if you're of the male orientation. Classic. What did you think about what he was saying, bro?
I mean, speaking about weakness in general, you cannot be, weak in that way, and not have discipline and self-control. You can't have none of that if all you do is spend your time chasing people like that, physically, especially.
Mikey said, or worry about creating art. What's up, Mikey? Mikey family in the building. What's going on with you, brother? He said, or worry about creating art as well.
Yeah,
that's true.
You can't create nothing if you spend your time chasing that.
Do you think it reduces the ceiling of potential of the man when you aren't focused to this capacity?
Yeah.
Or let me reframe the question for you. Is there a world where you can balance being about the baddies, to a degree, but also being locked in on what you got going on?
I hate to say it, but unless you make it a part of your brand, no.
Explain what you mean by that.
I mean, okay, I can only give examples, so I got a name drop, right?
No, you don't.
So there's a particular man who's was on Nickelodeon at one point in time.
Yeah.
He has made having a bunch of kids with a bunch of people part of his brand. To the point of where like they make jokes about it on national TV now. You know what I mean? At the award shows, or when they're hosting something like Times Square live from New York, they're making jokes about it. You know what I'm saying? And he's perfectly happy about this because it's a running joke, especially around Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? And but other than that, if that's not part of your brand, no, you can't.
Okay, so here's my thing. I like the feedback from the fellas so far. All the men are in agreement. They're saying no. They're saying you do have to lock in to this degree. in order to, reach your ceiling of potential. You know what I'm saying? You do have to deprioritize, if you will, the ladies, the pursuit of the ladies, the chase of the ladies, and probably to a degree dealing with them all together for a little while to really, really lock in. Why do you think most men agree that that's necessary? Why do you think there isn't a world where you can balance, messing with the having a little something to yourself, even if it's just a come when called type chick, you know what I'm saying? Just having a little something to relieve that energy, you know what I'm saying? Here and there, and still take it to the moon. Why you think it's
why difference between like that's allotted time for like, human necessities. But if you're spending time chasing it, if you're spending most of your day DMing chicks that you don't know, you're not going to be able to like function at a higher level. It takes a long time to actually get good at something. I talked about this the other day on Tez Down. It takes a long time to get good at something sometimes. And if you are spending time on garbage where you should be spending it getting good at something, you're never going to be good at it.
Okay. So let me be the devil's advocate tonight then. Not even necessarily that I'm on this side, but I just want to push the conversation a little bit and challenge this icebreaker, right? I went to college and played sports in college. I played on a team with an All-American. I watched my man go get 50 points. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple times. I watched him go get like 40, 10, and 15. Wild shit. Multiple times. That man, he's passed on. We're not doing the names and shit, but rest in peace to him and God bless his family. But I played on a team with an All-American, and let me tell you, he made time. You feel me? We talking about top player in the nation, top 5 player in the country, first team All-American type shit, right? He made time. You feel me? Like he had hoes. You feel me? So like,
about Wilt Chamberlain. So
nah. I mean, he wasn't Wilt Chamberlain. You get what I'm saying? Right. You get what I'm saying? So I hear what we saying as men. I hear us, but I feel like to a degree, we kind of being like the ladies, we saying what sound good out loud. Because a lot of people with hella talent that thrive at a high level still be making time for the hoes, bro.
Yeah, but what else could they be doing if they weren't doing that?
No, but I'm saying, the NBA, they say those are the top whatever, 100 player, the top however many 100 players in the world. We know that's not the case, but let's say they're in the top percentile for sure, right? If you get to the National Basketball Association, you in the top 5% of hoop in ability on the planet Earth for sure.
In the world.
Yeah. So those men all still made it through the way of going through D1 schools and playing overseas. You think them dudes didn't have hoes? And they still got into that percentile. You see what I'm saying? Like there's only a few superstars that we know of. I'm coming to all the comments. Y'all do y'all thing. There's only a few superstars that we know of that like we know they don't really be indulging in the partakage with the women like that. You feel me? Like Kevin Durant, he's known notoriously to kind of like be real cool on the broads, like until he done hooping on purpose. He said that out his own mouth. You feel me? Not saying that he ain't messing with nothing, but he not, you feel me? He moving a certain way until he done with his hoop career. But for the most part, the highest level athletes, track stars, whatever, bro, they making time. Even if we take it to business, them boys on Wall Street, they making time. And they making time and millions. So is it true?
So that you just put a point in here.
Okay.
We're talking about the people that are at the pinnacle of their profession.
But on the way up, they was making time.
Right. But I also believe that type of potential is visible for the most part. Especially if they're attractive, especially if they look like they're going somewhere, or let's just say they started in middle school and they had a middle school name, then they had a high school name, then they had a college name, and they got drafted, they had an NBA name, and then, they made, let's say, one of the first teams, and then they went and made an all-star, and then they went and won a championship in year 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
It does happen all the time, actually.
Yeah.
The number 1 draft picks.
Right.
No, including Jordan.
Yeah.
Wait,
They had hoes.
here's the thing. They didn't chase them.
I hear you. Most stars don't have to chase them, but
That's
they're
what
they're indulging. They are
Indulging is
giving.
not
They
the
are.
same as.
They're
So,
giving it time,
so
regardless.
if you spend your time chasing it,
Mhm.
it might take. Let's just say it takes. I don't know. Let's say it takes 6 hours out of your day to get a quality conversation for a day block out of this chick.
That's
It took 6
excessive. That's
hours.
excessive. But let's roll with
Yeah,
6.
there
It's
are people
heavy.
who spend a lot more on there. You know,
Jesus
so
Christ. Go ahead. Go
so
ahead.
it takes you 6 hours to get a quality conversation for that day block. So your day can equate to 6 hours of talking to, texting, messaging, Snapchatting, whatever, this particular person.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next day. You might do this, especially if y'all don't live in the same areas. You
Yeah.
might do this for quite a while until you land the prospect of what you're trying to get from this person, right? A
Yeah.
physical relationship.
Yeah.
But if you're walking down the street and 40 people run up to you, you just have to do the deed. So you do the
No.
deed and then you move on,
Yeah.
right? But the guy,
Maybe.
by the time that he gets to, he still got to make time for that too. So he's spending this much time and this much time, where one dude is only spending this much time.
It's a fractional margin. I respect that, but there's still time being allocated. And I see what they're saying in the chat, right? Like, I understand y'all point, but we're still talking about all NBA players, right? So, like, Gilbert Arenas, I think he said, made some obscene amount of millions in his NBA career, just from his NBA contracts, not counting his Adidas deals and all of that, right?
That's why he didn't win a championship.
But listen, fuck that championship. Are you telling Gilbert Arenas always made time for the ladies? He also gave Kobe 60. You feel me? And listen, hold on. I would argue with any one of y'all that being able to say I gave Kobe 60 while Kobe was guarding me is worth more than a ring. Kiss my ass. I gave Kobe 60 while Kobe was guarding me is worth more than one championship ring. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Y'all keep it. That's a team accomplishment, nigga. I'd rather die saying I gave Kobe 60 and made 100 million and had hoes than to say I won 2 championships on a good team and was a 3-point shooter in the corner and I was locked in and focused and celibate.
Gilbert said that he would rather gave Kobe 60 than all of Robert Horry's rings combined.
No, that's now you see you taking what? No, I said what I said, man. I said one ring. I said what I said. If you give me the trade-off in your NBA career, you can make 130 million, give Kobe 60, indulge in all the women that come with your status, right? And walk away from the game and still go marry Melly Monaco. Or B, you could win one championship throughout your career, be locked in and focused, get a championship, maybe make a couple all-star teams, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, you on and off with who eventually becomes your wife. And that's what you're dealing with through your NBA career. And you make the same, 130 million. I'm taking Gilbert Arenas, bro. And I gave Kobe 60. Give me Gil, bro. Give me Gil's life, that whole setup. Give me that setup, bro. Give me that setup. Because when I'm talking about what stories I want to tell my grandkids when I'm in the rocking chair. And I'm gonna be, if I'm Gil, I could say I did it all. Oh, you didn't win a ring. I gave Kobe 60. Tell me that's not a trump card till you didn't win a ring. If Charles Barkley could say, I gave Michael Jordan 70, do Charles Barkley still need a ring? Do everybody get to still joke on Charles? Let's say Mike guarded Charles for a whole game and Charles gave Mike 70. Do Charles still need a ring? Nope. Because every time you say something about that ring, Charles going to say, nigga, I gave Mike 70.
The best there was.
I gave Mike 70, nigga. Take your ring and eat that.
I think it comes down to the motivation.
All I'm saying is I don't know that we're on to something when we say you got to sacrifice dealing with the hoes to be great. I don't know that we're on to something. And the more I unpack this in my mind.
So see, here's the thing. I didn't say you had to sacrifice dealing with them. I think that, having relationships in general with women is a good idea. I do. Do I think that it's a good idea without a certain amount of decorum and control? No, I don't. I think, but that control comes from within inside oneself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Derek Jeter is a great example of someone who typically dates people that are considered the best on the market as far as profile, money, age and all that. Like he's dated all of the ones that everybody says, oh yeah, those are bad. And then he married, a nice looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But Derek Jeter was the captain. Derek Jeter won a bunch of championships in baseball, which is notoriously difficult to do. And also Hall of Famer. He got all the accolades, right? Derek Jeter got all the accolades.
And he a Hall of Fame in them sheets with these hoes.
Derek Jeter also didn't really break a whole lot of records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't break a whole lot of records.
Okay, so you telling me one baseball playing ninja who ain't taking Derek Jeter's career. They taking that.
Won't take Derek
they
Jeter.
taking that. That's what. And Derek Jeter is notorious for having something bad. He notorious for swapping them out. Come on now, gang. I don't know if we right. Chad.
I'm just saying there's a whole big difference in the quantity and quality versus just she bad, I'm taking her.
Come on. Hey, listen, bro. Hold on. Let's just go right back down to caveman talk. Is busting a nut good or bad for you a day before the game?
The doctors say it's great.
Classic.
Let's go to the comments. Come on, man. What are we talking about, Chad? Come on, Chad. Fellas, is we in the locker room or we talking like we at the dinner table? Which one? What we doing? Which one? Y'all tell me and I can adjust. Y'all tell me, folks. Okay. German Diaz said, grown ass man. Mikey Famine said, using people for sex is bad. We aren't wired that way. Nah, for sure. JD said, was it Ray Ray? Nah, it wasn't Ray Ray. Conversations with Soft Rain said the constant pursuit of the baddie and cat leaves less time for him to pursue his dreams and building himself. Depends on what pursuit looks like. JD, yeah, he had her.
That's a big point of mine. It depends on what the pursuit looks like.
I'm just saying, brothers, we put a blanket on that shit pretty quick, and I had to just dive into some nuance, just for the sake of conversation. If you can't survive a few months without pussy because your roster's dry and you got shit to do, you're a dummy. If you can't even help yourself and drop it all to have a roster, you're a slave. It's agreeable. What you're saying is agreeable, but it's also on one super far end of the spectrum, right? Like y'all talking about, because the guy in the video, he talking about cutting everything off, locking the fuck in on some, you feel me? I'm asking y'all, can you still be great and still on Thursdays make a little time for that? I think you can, fellas. I think you can. You know why I think you can? Because we got some results. We're going to get to it in the comments. I read y'all comments. I saw what y'all was saying. We're going to get to it. Bro said they're barely going to practice. All they have to do is rack up baby mamas. Conversations with Soft Rain said they make time for the 304s, but they don't prioritize it. Still making time. Time allocated is time allocated. Mikey Famine said there are only 350 NBA players on Earth every year. That's what I thought it was.
Less than 1% of hoopers.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the exact number. Thanks, Mikey. Jamie said because it's desirable to be that, so you're in at the ground level already. Mikey Evans said that's why KD is KD and Michael Porter Jr. is Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. got a ring. No. And a new and a new contract.
KD got 2.
And a new contract. Michael Porter Jr. is an NBA champion. Mikey, let's talk.
But Michael Porter Jr. is not in the top 75.
Well, so I got a ring. Charles Barkley don't.
Charles is the top 75.
No, I don't care. I got a ring. And I'd have put up 50. And I've scored 50. And I got a ring. And I'm an all-star. And I got a new contract. Big, dumb, fat-ass contract, too. Contract thicker than Buffy the Body. Long money.
Classic.
What we talking about? I just want to know what we talking about. And I'm still, even if I'm not in the top 1% of the 1%, I'm still in the top 1%. What are we really talking about? And he didn't put the hose down.
He's not going to.
Does he need to? That's the question. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Mikey said LaMelo is LaMelo. LaMelo is excellent. LaMelo just need to get out of Charlotte.
He needs to get out of Charlotte.
Thank you. He said, LOL, thank you. Look, they swear they made a point. No, let's talk about it. He said Melo might be a GOAT if he didn't play around so much. I don't think he playing around. I actually watched Melo hoop since he was 12 years old. And that's how he played basketball. He's not playing around. He's dead fucking serious. And Mikey, I'm gonna tell you this. If you can, go see him play live in person, because he's actually on TV. It looked playful, but he's actually very serious and intentional on the court. That's just literally his style. But if you watch him, if you actually go live to a game and see his body language, his mannerisms, his conduct with his team, he's actually a very serious hooper. And it's not even me caping for him or nothing. I've seen him play. I had floor seats and watched him play as a teenager. And he was mature like that as a teenager. But that's just how he hoop. Like when he shoot threes and warm-ups, he kick his feet back. That's how he shoot. Like it's not like it's like that's just what it is. He said chasing is different than indulging. It's still time allocated. That's my point. He said allocating. Yep, thank you, Soft Frank. Allocating time for cat. Yeah, it's still time. It's still time. Instead of scrolling on social media, he partakes in 304 festivities. Right. Mikey Famine said big money for the time, not big money nowadays. Mikey said, give me the ring. Yeah, I know. Y'all go ahead. Give me 130 million in Melly Monaco. You Gilbert Arenas, do your thing, champ. I ain't trying to hear what y'all talking about.
Classic.
That nigga Gil's a legend. I gave Kobe 60. Got some top from Drea in the backseat. Nick Young spilled the beans. I'm married to Melly Monaco. The feds came for me. They couldn't get me. Nigga, what is that? What do we are we critiquing a legend? This guy's a legend. Mikey said Kobe also didn't guard him most of the game. He did play though. Now Kobe was guarding him, bro. Go back and rewatch that shit. He didn't guard him for all 60 points. Nobody get the whole 60 put on them. But Kobe was guarding the fuck out of Gil. And Kobe not even the type of nigga to where you gonna score 60 on his team without by the time you get to 30. Kobe telling whoever guarding you, I'll switch. You feel me? Like Kobe, that type of nigga. You're not getting to 60 without Kobe stepping over to take the assignment. He was giving Kobe ass baskets. Go watch it again, Mikey. He was giving Kobe ass baskets. And Kobe is my second favorite player of all time. And he was giving Kobe ass baskets.
Classic.
On my mama. And if Kobe was here, Kobe would tell you, yeah, no, he cooked me. And then he'd tell you about how he got his ass back. Because he definitely did. They don't talk about that though. Mikey said whoever number one is with the headband was guarding him. Man, he gave Kobe ass. Everybody on that team got some of that motherfucking 60. Shit. And listen, before he gave Kobe 60, but like a day or two before the game, he said, I'm giving Kobe 60. To announce that you giving a nigga like Kobe 60, to alert him, to turn the Black Mamba up, and then pull up and give them 60.
Classic.
I think that was more to me saying that he was going to do it beforehand because he did.
He absolutely did.
That was more impressive than just getting 60.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. We're not going to diminish that.
It was like Babe Ruth's called shot, but we got to see it for real this time.
Yeah, we're not about to diminish this. Let's see. Mikey said he was being guarded by Smush Parker and Kobe and everybody. He was being, you know who he was being guarded by? The Lakers. And he gave the Lakers 60 after announcing, I'm finna come give y'all last 60. And Smush wasn't no bum. Just because his name was Smush, Smush had game. Let's see.
Boris.
Conversations with Soft Rain. The men that are successful and have a roster of 304s, they know how to prioritize it. They know the art of keeping it separate. Thank you, Conversations with Soft Rain. She's acknowledging that this is possible. Let's see. Jamie said, bro, I'm in it. The biological shit that does for you, the power, the connection, it opens your goddamn shit.
What?
I think he was talking about like is busting a nut before the game.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that's what he responded to. Mikey said, what that mean to KD? I don't know. He said he wearing KD's old Brooklyn sneakers. What you talking about? I'm not talking about nothing. I'm talking about we comparing success to success. I'm not talking about nothing. I'm talking
they're both successful.
Right. We're comparing success to success. Okay, I'm wearing KD's shoes. His shoes is dope. he come out with some more good ones, I'm gonna get some more good ones. What we talking about?
I'm not wearing the Clay Thompson 11s.
Come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? We not finna sit here and try to make Michael Porter Jr. somehow sound like a fucking failure. What are we doing, Mikey? Is this what we doing? He said he is the worst shot taker ever. Hey, hold on.
LaMelo. Yeah, LaMelo.
LaMelo. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's do this. LaMelo Ball contract. Let's do this. 5 years, $203.85 million rookie max extension, which can reach up to $260 million with all his NBA
max extension.
Keep kicking your feet out, LaMelo. Keep kicking your feet out.
Classic.
What are you talking about for real, gang? This supposed to be an icebreaker. We 30 minutes in on breaking the fucking ice, man. Come on, Mikey. I appreciate you, bro. He said, I knew you would say that. So I found the replay and started watching it when he said it. Yeah. Did he not give Kobe at least 10 of them, 10 or 15 of them 60? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Did Kobe get some of that 60 or not? And this is my second favorite player. I'm objective. I don't care. I don't cape. I'm not a man fan. You feel me?
He was a part of it.
He said the current NBA product is unwatchable. Numbers don't lie, me and do. That's why I discuss geopolitics, more skin in the game. I feel you. That's a little heavy for this hour, though, but I feel you. We discuss some of everything on this channel. Stay tapped in. We appreciate you showing up. Smush Parker was the nigga wearing number 1 jersey, and Kobe hated dude. Yeah, Kobe hated a lot of people, though. That's not really saying much. Kobe hated most motherfuckers, for real. I think Kobe genuinely liked Kyrie and Carmelo. I don't even think he liked the rest of them niggas, for real. Not for real, like not for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he
like
yeah, he fuck with Paul on some international shit.
Good friends. Yeah, they were
on some international shit. You know, him and Paul used to speak that different language on the court.
He hated Rick Fox. Not Rick Fox. He liked Rick Fox too. He hated Derek Fisher.
Hey, he said the Michael Porter, the MPJ Nets are a blistering 10-19. Hey, Mikey, regardless of their record, do his check still clear? And he in New York with the melting pot. Them 304s in New York hit all the way different.
Classic.
That's
what he went there for.
Over the
That's what he went there
for. Do this once.
That's what he went there.
Yeah, that check go clear, buddy. He said
he went to be a problem.
He said keep kicking them ugly ass Pumas, young man. I was just looking at a pair of them Pumas at the stove. I'm finna grab a pair. ESG don't like it. He don't like it. Boy, that boy catching a bag, kicking them feet out on them threes. Mikey said maybe like 4 possessions. Kobe stood to the side and said, I hope Gilbert bends you. Come on, gang. What we doing, gang? What we doing, gang?
I do recall Kobe standing there looking at them like, are y'all gonna guard him or not?
Listen, bro. He gave the Lakers 60. And Kobe got some of that 60, and he announced it. So I don't listen. We talk about we so selective with the shit. That's why I say I'm not a man fan. Kobe, my second favorite player of all time, and I'm still gonna be objective about this. We revere Kobe for what? The Mamba mentality, his competitiveness, his edge, his grit, all of this shit. Right? This is what we revere him for. But the same nigga y'all now telling me when a nigga say I'm gonna come give you 60 in 2 days. And then pull up and start getting 60, that this Mamba just decided to sleep for the night. No, he gave Kobe Bryant's Lakers, while Kobe was on the court, he gave the motherfucker 60 with a pre-warning.
Yeah, then he sat down at 60.
Come on, G, stop fucking playing with me, G. Every fucking bucket of that 60 count, and then we putting all of that shit on Kobe's Lakers. So now because he had 60 and Kobe seemingly didn't care or whatever the fuck y'all talking about.
Kobe cared.
Yeah, come on. We're gonna go with what they said. No, we're gonna go with what they said. Kobe didn't care and shit, and he just let the man go get 60 and shit, and we just gonna put a smudge on the 60. No, that was Kobe's Lakers. He gave Kobe 60.
Classic.
Now listen. If Kobe was injured and he didn't play, cool. He started and he played his regular minutes and he got his ass 60'd. That's it, folks. That's it, folks. Mikey, he just yelled at them. LOL. What's up, Enzo? Mikey said, kept smacking his forehead. I just watched it. Yeah, he gave their ass 60. So, yeah. And I'm sure you enjoyed the footage. He was hitting shots from all over the fucking place.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, let's move to the meat and potatoes of the conversation, though, man. Grits and eggs, man. The scenic route. All right, so I think this is about 4 minutes worth of content. We're gonna let them cook straight through the first time, and then we'll come back and do a little bit of pause play because bro is a good speaker, and so he make a lot of points. So just trying to respond to it as a whole, that shit ain't really gonna work like that. Hold on. Yeah, man, 333 to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all being up at this hour with us, man. Who would have knew? Ted?
Yeah, no idea. Thank y'all.
We appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like button while you're here.
Nobody. We was gonna shoot an episode. We appreciate y'all coming in here.
For sure. All right, let's let him cook.
When you take the long way, you'll appreciate the scenery. And you got the endurance. See them motherfuckers that take that wide road? The road that's all accepting. Come one, come all. You have to walk far to get there. You ain't have to pay for the lights. You have to build it up. They build it up for you. They already had the character in mind when they seen you. They got the low-hanging fruit that you're ready to eat. So when times get dark, you don't know how to endure. But when you take that long road, you know that sometimes it's gonna be some peaks. And that when you hit that peak, make sure you pause, you look out at the scenery, you take it in. Because you earned your way to that scene. You earned that view. And you know that when you're in that valley, that all you got to do is keep moving forward. And when you arrive alive. They can't chew you up and shit you out because you ain't here to be ate. I'm here to make my own machine. I'm a beast all by myself because I took the long way. All that shortcut shit. What's the thing about fast food? Time they hand it to you, that shit cold. Time you drive out the drive-thru, that shit cold. You got to start eating that bitch right away. That good home cooked meal, you eat on that about 2-3 days. Oh yeah. Fast food, that shit get cold. You don't even waste your time reheating that shit. Just go back and buy some more. A lot of y'all fast food with your life. You don't take yourself seriously. You don't believe you can do it. So many examples of people that did it before, but it's not the easy way out. If I took the easy way out, nigga, we'll be millionaires right now. Huh? We hot. They done tried to buy this shit 3-4 times. I'd be up. But guess what? Wouldn't be able to talk like this. All you'll see is Skip. Get the red pill.
Put your bets on Prize Picks right now.
Put your bets on Prize Picks. We betting on cricket this week.
Yeah.
Fuck on you, nigga, bro. You taking that low-hanging fruit, bro. When you take the long way, you'll appreciate the scenery. And you got the...
All right, we're going to play it again. And we're going to pause and interject a little bit. Let's roll.
Endurance. See them motherfuckers that take that wide road? The road that's all accepting? Come one, come all. You have to walk far to get there. You ain't have to pay for the light.
Ain't it crazy, Tez, how the truth always in front of you, bro?
Yeah.
Inside of the route, inside of, they say take the scenic route, right? Which normally describes the long way. But scenery, scenic, same root word, right? So on the scenic route, not only are you taking possibly the long way, but you also getting to explore, right? You going on an expedition, if you will. You getting to see a lot, witness a lot. You know what I mean? Go past a lot. You know what I mean? Think a lot. There's a lot that you gain when you take the time that the scenic route takes. You feel me? And it's interesting. Like when I think about the word scenic, I'm trained to think about the long way. But if I think about the word scenery, I think about looking at something beautiful. You see what I'm saying? And so when you actually deprogram yourself from thinking scenic means long and out of the way, it actually means taking the beautiful road. Tez.
Yes.
You ain't got nothing, bro.
No, yeah, it does. I mean, here's the thing. There's two things about, so when I'm listening to this, the first thing that I think is, okay, I mean, he's hitting on something about not trying to jump to just quick success, just because it's available, because all quick success isn't real success. I totally understand that. For example, if you're working out, or if you're, in sports, you take some PEDs, I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm moving quicker, but like, that's going to give you the quick success. You still could have went to the gym and gained the majority of what you took. I'm pretty sure, but it was just taking you longer. But you wanted to be effective on day one. You didn't want to get a month into the season, 2 months into the season, and then hit your peak. You wanted to be at your peak from the very beginning of the season. A lot of times, those people get injured, as we saw in baseball back in the day when people were using PEDs all the time. But I still think they are, by the way. But people got injured, and like, dang, why is he injured? And they only played 45 games so far. What's he injured for? Well, I mean, his muscles ain't real muscles. I totally understand that. I think there's an education factor here too, though. The education factor is, sometimes you learn things by doing them. Other times you learn things by being well read, or, you being studied, going to, I mean, you might have to go to a class, but if you're picking up a book and you learning about something or read something online, before you go and do something, like, I like to look at places before I go there and see what's fun to do. You know what I mean? Before I go there, I don't want to just get to a place and be like, well, I wonder what there's to do around here. I'm really not that guy. I want to know what's going on in the city. I want to know what's safe at night. Like, if I want to walk around, and I got a real bad habit of that. If I want to walk around in the town by myself, I want to make sure that I know, I'm not going to be in some shady place or even a shady spot. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in a shady spot, and especially if I don't speak the language, or I'm gonna get myself messed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get messed up anywhere I go.
Yeah, here Mikey said something interesting, bro. He said this completely ignores all socioeconomics factors. You can't understand the scenery if you are not well read. That's not true. You can't understand the scenery if you're not tapped in. Where was all the books in primitive times? The original people here, the primitive people here, the people who walked the land and learned how to survive it through trial and error, through wins and losses, through slips and falls. People who learned that poison ivy was bad. People who learned that, a sunflower could be used for this and used for that. The primitive chemist or scientist, if you will. The primitive archaeologist, if you will. What books were they using? What did they read? How did they learn leverage? Who was the first person to learn about a weight-bearing beam? Who was the person to invent it? The first person that tried and got hit over the head with some 2x4s a bunch of times. You see what I'm saying? So the concept that we need books all the time, yes, books, now that they exist, they are useful. But to say that humans, if all books were burned up today, 100 years from now, people would still know God. 100 years from now, people would still be building shit that don't fall when the wind blow too hard. 100 years from now, you see what I'm saying? So like, humans are capable of exploring the earth and learning the earth without reading. Tell me something. What is a leopard? A leopard that's been alive for 10 years and surviving in the wild. What's its favorite book? It can't read. A lion that's been surviving in the wild for 10 years. What is its favorite book? The birds that build these, matter of fact, the big birds that build huge nests and protect their young, hunt other people's young, construct a nest that doesn't fall up no matter what the weather is. What is its favorite book on nest construction? So I feel where you coming from. but I definitely don't feel like it's
I
necessary.
think that's coded into their DNA.
I think you're not giving humans enough credit.
Yeah, that's coded into their DNA. They know how to do this from their DNA. Like DNA, when you start studying DNA, it's crazy. Like there are a lot of like things you never have to like learn because of your DNA. And if your DNA can retain information, it can be passed on that way. You know what I mean? Like animals are really good at that. You know what I'm saying? They are really good at passing along their DNA to the next group of animals, you know, to have these things already preloaded. Like dogs, I love watching dogs. I really do. Yeah. Because you can see parts of dogs' DNA of where their original DNA was before they got bred. You know what I mean? Like you don't always catch it in every dog, but like you start to see parts of it and you're like, okay, there's no way they knew how to do this if it wasn't coded into their DNA because nobody taught them.
Right.
You know, they've never been around, in some cases, they've never been around another animal. But here's the thing, dogs don't pay bills. Right. That's the one thing, right? Dogs don't pay bills. You know, the animals we talked about, they don't pay bills. I think that when you factor in, you know, bill paying and having to earn an income and having to pay for this, taxes and all that crazy stuff that people made up, you know, money ain't real anyway. You know, you know this, money is not real. But when we focus on the things that money brings, like for example, he was talking about signing those sponsorships and selling your entity, you know, that you created. You know, that's a capitalist model. It's like if you said I'm gonna sell the classic codes tomorrow for, you know, $4 million, right? People might be like, why you sell your show? You sell it for $4 million. You're gonna be like, well, I didn't have $4 million before, and I like having $4 million, so I sold the rights to the show. You know, they might tell you, well, you can make that $4 million on your own if you just grind harder. You'll say, but it'd take me 8 years to make $4 million right now. You know, I would rather just have $4 million right now and then go do something else. Yeah, those are two totally separate, you know, problems.
Nobody's wrong. You know
what I'm saying? That's two totally separate problems.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, so why did you give up your platform? Like I told y'all before, you can buy my silence for $8,000 a month. That's not a lot. For $8,000 a month, you can buy my silence.
You gonna shut up?
I would not say anything else on these platforms. If you signed a contract to give me $8,000 a month for the rest of my life, I will not say another word online. Matter of fact, I even delete my social media.
I'm making that shit stretch. 8 racks a month. I'm moving straight to Nigeria.
I delete all of it. You know
$8,000 American dollars a month. I'm moving straight to Nigeria. I'm finna live like the Lord himself.
You know, I probably move to like, I don't know, Japan or something, but
it's over.
$8,000 a month, like, you know.
I feel you. But I was gonna say
silence. You know, you're right. The original time I did say that was pre-pandemic. It was $8,000 a month. So I think Mikey is right in this situation. I had to move my camera down so I can see y'all comments because a lot of them. But because you know, man, these comments be loading up quick. I have to see them. Because now
you want to get caught up real quick.
No, I'm catching up right now.
No, I'm saying you want me to read them.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to raise it because of inflation. It's gonna be 10 to 12K.
10 to 12.
It was 8 before the pandemic. Before the pandemic. Now it's 10 to 12. That's how bad inflation has gotten. So I'm gonna charge them too. For 10 to 12K, you can buy my silence permanently. I will not speak on platforms anymore. Come on, Elon, shut me up. I had exposed you 5 ways from Sunday. Shut me up with 12K a month for the rest of my life. Sign the contract, Elon. I'll be quiet.
Uncle Plug TV said, "What's up, family? What's up, Unc?" This conversation with Sovereign said, "What up? Hey, Unc 333." Mikey said, "We went over this already." He said, "People should read more old maps if we are using this analogy." Uncle Plug TV said, "I thought Tez was glitching. He was. I did the impossible. I had bro speechless." Flip said, "Poetic 333, all true too." He said that was some fly shit. Just because they offer you some shit don't mean you have to take it. That low hanging fruit ain't always the most nutritious thing for you. I agree. Uncle Plug TV said, "Got to be savvy." I think taking low hanging fruit, if you multifaceted, could be a smart thing. Like how Ted said, taking $4 million today, like taking $4 million today. If you got a plan for that $4 million to keep flipping it, shit, people looking at you like you took short bread and you still playing a long game. You just playing it in a different way than what they want you to play. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends. Mikey said, "Those people don't grind for money. It wasn't a thing we made up yet." So what you saying?
We were saying it was the same thing that I said. I didn't even know he had put that up there.
He said they were closer to society. I would like to be in rather than this vacuous capitalism. I agree. I mean, they were closer to having some semblance of freedom. But listen to this, my brother, if you will. What if a nigga can't read? Good.
Trolls.
I mean, shit, you don't really need to be able to read. There's plenty of people who did hella shit that couldn't read. Speaking of void, the earth. Yeah, earth. I'm from the crib. Mikey Famine said, how will money save you from a leopard? Well, it won't. Why are you talking? I mean, it won't.
It was about the capitalist conversation with how like there's a difference between doing it for the money and then doing it for the journey. You know what I'm saying? There's learning certain things on the road or learning certain things because of your DNA is a little bit different. But if you living in a capitalist model, it's the same. I'm taking the $4 million today versus I'm gonna get $4 million in years.
Yeah, but the long road normally gets you more money too.
Yeah, it's just gonna take you a lot longer.
Yeah,
and it's about the purpose that you have for it, right? If the goal is money, and you can have this right now with little to no, Now here's the thing. So here's the short-sightedness. I didn't get to finish that part. Here's the short-sightedness about it. You taking $4 million today might mean that's the only $4 million you're gonna get off this platform, but they are about to get 40 million off of it because of all of the stuff, the machine that's behind it. You can't come back at later on 2 years from now and say, well, the model you showed me was 4 million in 8 years. I took 4 million that day. They say, yeah, but we push 40 now in 2 years. You can no longer be like, well, I need my 20. You can't say that because you already signed the deal. You took the short route. I think that's what the guy was trying to say, to break it down a little bit more. He was trying to say that if you can weather the storm, you will have, abundantly more if you can weather the storm. But some storms are not worth weathering, and people need to understand the difference. If you have a master plan, I have a master plan. You know what I mean? The master plan is not just, become the biggest YouTuber. That is not the master plan. I really wish people could understand the difference between the means to an end versus a master plan. The master plan might have been to get $50,000, but so if you offered me 4 million, I've eclipsed my master plan by several millions. So it's like that was never the goal. The goal was 50K. You got offered me 4 million tomorrow. I'm gonna take the 4 million tomorrow and I'm gonna do what I want to do, because that was the whole point of me doing what I was doing, is do what I wanted to do. So I couldn't agree with him on the, look at him, prize picks or the little red pill or whatever. You don't have to take the product. You're a spokesman, you're an advertiser, and then you do whatever you want to do on your platform after that. Or the fact that they sold the Gills Arena.
Let me interject. When he brought that up, he was talking about how it's going to restrict your freedom of speech. Like he was saying, like, I take them deals, I can't talk like this. Certain shit I can't get into no more. You feel me? Certain ways I'm about how I like to communicate. That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You definitely, when you get in the bed with the wrong, advertisers and stuff, they're gonna restrict. You know what I'm saying? Some because you attached to their brand now. So now it's like some of what you would have said or how you would have crashed out before, you can't even do that no more because you're gonna fuck with your paper.
Versions of what you were doing before.
Yeah,
and that happens with all of those companies.
So that's kind of
Star Wars, bro. Like, if I don't know if you'd watch Star Wars, if you were into it when you were younger. Star Wars has gotten a lot more watered down. I'm not saying that the stories aren't still good, but people are like, this isn't the old Star Wars. It's because Disney had a particular way they wanted to do things, and it wasn't George's way. You know what I mean? And it's still Star Wars stories. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it's not your granddaddy's Star Wars. It's not your dad's Star Wars. And I think that, like, knowing that, there's different people backing the things, or even your favorite cereal changes when another brand buys it. That's just how things with money work. There are things that happen with money and things that happen without money. If I want a voice, I can't sell my show. If I want a voice, an unfiltered voice, I can't sell my show. If I don't care about the filtered voice because of the perks that come from having all the money, I'm going to take the money. I would hazard a guess that the majority of people who take the money, their end goal was to live a more comfortable life anyway. and they would rather do it sooner than later. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that what is the motivation behind what you're doing? And a lot of times that's more important than what you're doing.
I think it's only wise to take that shortbread if you got a plan for the shortbread. If you ain't got a plan for the shortbread, that's a long-term plan, right? So if I'm taking, like, okay, because essentially what you're saying is the company they'll buy you out for $4 million, and in 5 years make $40 million off what they bought from you. You feel me? If you stay tapped in, but you also got to keep in mind you ain't gonna have the machine that they finna put behind your shit either. So the 5 years that it took them to get the 40, you still gonna get the 40. This is a $40 million project, right? Product. So you still gonna get the 40 if you hold fast. But it might take you 15 years to get that 40 because you don't got the machine, you don't got the infrastructure. It might take you 15 years to get the 40. He's saying play the 15-year game as if that's the right answer. You're saying that's a good answer, but it's not the only answer. I think nobody's wrong. This decisions, it's all about what you want out this shit. I agree with you. Like, it's nuanced, right? Hey, bro, I'm gonna take this 4 right now because I know how to make some shit shake. I know how to flip. And then this contract is not going to stop me from starting up a new product or a new platform or a new brand of my own. You feel me? I'm not going to sign nothing that's going to stop me from doing so. So if I did it once, I could do it again. I could make it my business to just keep building $4 million YouTube channels, if that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And turn that into a whole thing. Hey, bro, let me show you how to make a $4 million brand on YouTube real quick. It's a flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the play is, you just got to have a play. So I get what you're saying, but I think it's ignorant to take the short bread with bright eyes and a bushy tail and go straight to the mall. Because we know some people that's going to do, we know some people that's going to take that 4 M's, and before they invest a penny, nigga, they going to go spend something. They going to go to the dealership. They going to go to the mall because the first thing they going to think, they've been living in lack so long, they going to think, I need this and I need that. And, ooh, I've been wanting to get this for so long. And, ooh, I've been wanting it. And I've been needing this for so long. And, ooh, and next thing you know what I'm saying? And then the tax people come knocking at the door, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Boom, we need all that. So, we done burnt.
Let me ask you a question right now.
Yeah.
Now, knowing that you do have a plan, as you've spoken, not ad nauseum, but you've spoken, you have plans behind the things that you do in this life.
Yeah.
Because nothing is guaranteed. So you have to have more plans, right? I would hazard a guess again that if you were to get $4 million for your show tomorrow, the first thing that you did would not be go and buy a McLaren.
Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I hate to go away from your question slightly, but I'm not signing no paperwork that give over the complete ownership of my shit. I'm gonna keep some ownership. Like, you can't buy nothing from me without me keeping a piece of what I started. That's like me if I send my baby off to school, you feel me? That ain't no longer my child. That's not the coach's child. That's not the institution's child. I'm still, you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm sending you off and you majority responsible because most of their day is going to be spent up there at the university or whatever the case may be, right? But I'm still pops, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still, you know what I mean? Like, your piece of it is still your piece of it. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe it's a poor analogy, but if you feel me, then it works. Yeah, it's still that's still my baby. Fuck you talking about?
For you,
like,
that's because you care about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you created it. You created it, you put your name on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to sell it, you wouldn't sell it in totality because that's not what your goal is.
No, because the goal coming into the shit was eat off of it forever. You see, this the thing about content creation. We playing the residual income game. Once you become monetized, every single video that you upload for the rest of your natural born life is potential residual income. You see what I'm saying? So every single upload, I don't care how minute it is, pennies make dollars. You see what I'm saying?
All the time. Some video goes viral that's really old.
3 years later, like, type shit, all type of shit.
They were like, I made this 8 years ago, and you guys are just now watching it.
Bro, every reel, every video, everything, it's the residual income game. So I'm not selling you this without keeping a piece of my turnover, bro. I need that every 3 months, my quarterly. I need that coming, bro. I need what you talking about? Like, even my acting shit that I've done, bro. I get paid every 3 months for my acting shit. I'm not finna make no fucking announcement, but them checks don't miss, nigga. That shit come every 3 months. Every quarter, I got a check coming coming from Disney. Every quarter, I got a check coming from SAG. Every quarter, I got a check. That shit coming. And some quarters, them shit's little as hell. Some quarter, they bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I was on 61st Street, for example. 61st Street just got moved to Netflix. My next check gonna look good.
Guess
that shit just got.
Guess who's a character in the finale episode?
Probably you, shit. You. Yeah.
The funny thing about it is, you being on the show, you would know exactly which character that I played if I told you what I was wearing.
Yeah, I'll have to.
I can't tell you yet.
Yeah, we're talking about time.
I am bound not to release any info about this episode. So
no, for sure. But yeah, like I was on there and shit like that. That shit that shit just got picked up by Netflix, bro. Like I hit my mom. I said, hey, mama, I'm on Netflix. She said, what you mean? I said, yeah, they moved my show to Netflix. I'm on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I already been on Hulu. I've been on Amazon Prime. Like, you know what I mean? When you Netflix and chilling, you earning me residuals. You feel me? So this the residual income.
It means I'm about to get extra money.
Yeah, bro. This the residual income game we playing. So any company that would want to try to buy me out, they can't buy me out 100%, bro. I'm gonna keep 10%. I'm gonna keep 5%, bro. I don't have to be majority. Y'all make all the calls, but whatever money y'all run up, I'm touching that. You crazy as hell. So I would never sign over without keeping some ownership, or I just would never. Not for this. Now, if I had a different business, a different type of, like, I got other businesses that I keep my name off of because haters are real. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to run up my bag in peace. So, you know, if I got some shit going on and that shit thriving and somebody come and say, hey, we want to throw you 15 M's for this, clean, free and clear, nigga, we gonna cut you the check and you get lost. Bro, I might do that. That's not that's not necessarily the residual income game. Yeah, you feel me? But in the residual game, you would be a fool. You would be a fool.
That's what I'm saying. There's if you don't, like I say, if you don't feel like, man, if you're one of those people that, there are lots of creators that wake up every single day and they're successful, but they don't want to do this. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, they don't like it. They're not in love with it. They don't have a passion for it, but they thriving.
There's a lot of pandemic creators that had a real passion for making videos, both before and during the pandemic, and they made a lot of money. And if you've noticed, a lot of their channels are coming out with, they used to come out with a video every day or every other day during the pandemic, and then beyond for a little while. And then afterwards, they moved to, it started slowing down, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, once a month. And then, like, you're like, okay, this person has released a video in 3 months, and then they come out with a video. One of my favorite creators from the pandemic era is a guy called Alute Games. I will always shout him out. I had a personal conversation with him just last week, and he was talking about coming back, and he said, well, basically he got burned out from everything that he was doing because he got pretty famous during the pandemic and afterwards. And he was active in the esports scene with the games, and you know, he was the foremost authority on talking about a particular game. And then he said, well, first of all, you know, EA wanted their hand in the cookie jar, and then, you know, he gave it to him and he didn't have a problem with it. And then when the game started slowing down and the game changed ownership, they didn't really want to have nothing to do with him anymore. They cut him loose, and he said, well, I'm gonna start making my content again. And he was like, I really do feel like, you know, I missed making content when I wanted to make content. It just felt like more of a job than fun. And you know, it does get that way sometimes. He saw the downside of selling a little bit, you know. But if his only goal was, and I asked him, if you only want to make money, you know, what was the problem? He said, because it wasn't really about making money at first, it was because I liked the game.
Yeah, you got to know what you in the shit for, so you could act accordingly and choose wisely, as Uncle Plug would say. Conversation with Soft Rain said the art of taking the scenic route is lost. We are so focused on instant satisfaction and instant access. So true. Mikey said, I have 4 million reasons why. Conversation with Soft Rain said, we've normalized moving fast, but we don't talk enough about what's lost when you rush the process. That's very true as well. Mikey said 10K a month. I don't know what that emoji mean, Mikey. He said Bezos is too scared to give me 20K a month. Oh, Jeff Bezos. Let me see. Mikey Famine said grinding for the wrong things is useless. Is what I was saying. Grinding for cash doesn't save you from real life dangers. So know the landscape is more important than grinding, in my opinion. Right. But to know the landscape, you got to get out there and learn the landscape. You could read all the books in the world, but it's still gonna get real when you put your feet in the Amazon rainforest with no tour guide. You feel me? You can read all the books in the world. You can watch all the Nat Geo in the world. But the only way to know how to survive in that shit is to get out there in the thick of that shit and survive the shit. Like, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can educate yourself on handgun ownership and how to properly grip the joint and how to properly reload, how to rack the slide, how to gun safety, all that. But you need to put yourself in situations where you get your accuracy up. Then after getting your accuracy up, you need to learn how to draw and be accurate. Then when you learn how to draw and be accurate, you start messing with moving targets. Like, it's a process to becoming like great with that joint, right? Just reading ain't gonna get it done. Like, you got to get out in the field. You know what I mean? So I feel you, but like, I definitely feel you, Mikey. I'm not totally in disagreement with you. I'm just saying, like, the primitive times was the field study only, and we made it work. You know what I'm saying? Without books. You feel me? So, you know, it's vain, bro. Bro learned what master plan meant yesterday. Oh, that's crazy. Mikey said, "Oh, I found everyone." Howdy, partners.
RSC chat.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Miss Soft Rain, half hawk, half man. Watch me make bad decisions even without the influence of alcohol. I feel you, bro. I know what you're saying. For sure. Raw Society Coalition. I was just letting everybody know we was coming to read the chats for sure. But yeah, man, this is a good one, man. The scenic route. This is a good conversation to have. I'm glad that it, you know, we ventured off a little bit too and really, you know, expanded on it. But yeah, ultimately, man, I think the scenic route is going to benefit you more in the end, at least taking it in some department in life. You know what I'm saying? You might take, who don't like a good shortcut? You feel me? Like, who don't like a good shortcut? But in some areas of life, you know, especially like I say, if it's some residual income involved, or if it's a situation where, you know, legacy is involved and that's important to you, like the people who said they'd take a ring versus Gilbert Arenas' career, y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
It's a bigger conversation, but opportunity cost is a real big part of life that doesn't really get discussed, you know, ad nauseum like it should.
Yeah.
But opportunity cost is huge, man. If you have to know what it costs, and that's why, like, the last couple of episodes, like my titles have been.
They said, "What the hell are you talking about?" Shit, you here to watch it?
Yeah.
It must be important. It must be important.
You gotta weigh it. You gotta weigh your options out. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, this, like he's talked about the meal. Well, if going to the grocery store, like, now mind you, this is a regular ass economy that we in right now, not, you know, a super economy or a perfect economy. We're in the economy that we're in right now. You weigh the factors. You say, does going to the grocery store and meal prepping and buying $300 worth of groceries benefit me more than going and find a restaurant that's, you know, not so bad and then buying food there for the night? And unfortunately, the economy we're living in today, most of the time, especially if you're not making that much money, finding you a decent restaurant that's not, you know, full of filler is probably gonna benefit you more. Yeah, it sucks that that's the way that it is right now, but that's why a lot of people say, I want to make more money so I can make better decisions, you know, or more healthier decisions. But the convenience and the low cost is overwhelmingly easier to do and more cost effective, but that doesn't mean that it's better for you. You know, and that's the hardest thing that's going on right now with economics, is that going to the grocery store now penalizes you. And I know that's by design. People cannot tell me that's not by design. You can't tell me that's not by design, that going to the grocery store penalizes you in your pockets, even if it is healthier for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's by design, but I think it's just gonna force more people to go back to primitive times anyway. More people gonna have to learn primitive skills. You know what I'm saying? More people gonna have to learn. Just growing shit. Like, it's a lot of people. A lot of people don't have yards, right? A lot of people live in apartments, condominiums, you know, townhomes, or two flats, city living. Like, a lot of people don't have yards, right? But you can grow vegetation inside of your apartment. You can grow shit inside of your crib. You can, like, literally set up you a little setup and grow very essential, you know what I'm saying, fruits and vegetables and survive and thrive, you know what I'm saying, without putting so much poison in your body by necessity and shit like that. But that's a different conversation too. But the scenic route, but again, that's the long way, right? You got to reap a harvest, right? You gotta nurture that shit. You got to come home every day, even when you tired. Make sure you check on your plants. You got to make sure, you know what I mean, all type of shit. Yeah. And for a lot of people, that's too much work. That's too much. You know what I mean? We like everything. So again, the scenic route, that's what we're talking about for the person that asks. We're talking about taking the scenic route, the pros, the cons, the benefits, the nuances, and everything about it. So dope conversation. Shout out to Grits and Eggs. If y'all like that podcast, make sure you slide over there and tap in with bro. And hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you guys are in here right now. There's a lot of new faces that I haven't seen before. If you guys are watching on any of the affiliate channels, go and subscribe to the Raw Society Coalition. It is not a one-person thing. It's a multifaceted, media mogul network that we're launched, and it's going. There's a lot of different shows on here with a lot of different content, a lot of different opinions. But even if you don't rock with everything, you'll probably be able to find something that you rock with. But a lot of the stuff that people are doing are going to be moved over here. A lot of conversations are going to be moved over here and consolidated into a place where it's easy to find and easy to view. So you'll get a bunch of different things. You get a bunch of different topics, just about every day. So go ahead, give the Raw Society Coalition a subscribe.
Yeah. Andrea or Andrea, however you say it. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. She said, no, it's definitely on purpose. Appreciate you tapping in. Mikey said, you can grow food in your crib. I grow lettuce and spices. That's what's up, Mikey. He said, since the tariffs came in, I can't get the fresh vegetables I need for my diet. So we started growing some. Smart man. That's what I'm saying. Out of necessity, you're going to see a lot more. He said, I prefer grits and bacon type shit. A lot of sodium. Yo, God bless you. Much love, much love. We appreciate you sliding through. We appreciate you being positive. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Let's move to the last segment, though, bro. Let's
got
get
a little Mimi in here and a little Herbie.
Let's see. So why your friends don't support you on socials? Let's get it. This was sent over and sponsored by the Tez Down. If any crashing out occurs, instigated by Tez. But I don't think it's gonna be that type of video. This dude seemed like more of an educational person than a crash out inducer. Let's see here. All right, let's listen to what bro got to say. This is gonna be interesting. I didn't watch it. I just, I saw the first 5 seconds. I was like, let's roll. So here we go. It's got an intro. So let's get past the intro.
Yeah, short video.
Oh, okay. So I can just play the whole thing.
It's like 4 minutes.
Welcome. You made it. I had to get my notes for this one. Why some friends may not be supporting you, but supporting celebrities they don't even know. Have you ever noticed how your friends and family can scroll right past your posts, but when it's a celebrity they don't even know, they're tagging, liking, commenting, and sharing like crazy? Let me tell you, it's not just you. This happens to a lot of us, and it's not the reason you think. There's a psychological reason behind this. Today, I'm breaking down the psychology behind this behavior, and trust me, it's not just as simple as them not liking you. It's deeper than that, and by the end of this video, you'll see it's not about you, it's about them. First, let's talk about aspirational identity. Celebrities represent who people want to be. They're living the life that many dream about: luxury, fame, and success. Supporting a celebrity feels like aligning with that dream. It's their way of saying, that's who I want to be. Now, when it comes to you, they don't see you as someone aspirational because they know you. They've been around you. They've seen your ups and downs. They've seen your struggles. And here's the kicker. They see you as someone on their level. Supporting you doesn't feel like dreaming. It feels like reality. And reality isn't always accepting to people. Number 2, the familiarity bias, the prophet phenomenon. If you and your word for a prophet is not without honor except for within his own hometown, check this. This ties into what is called the prophet not accepted in their own town phenomenon. People are less likely to value what's familiar to them. When they look at you, they see their neighborhood, their cousin, their high school, their classmate, someone they've known for years. But with celebrities, there's mystery, there's distance, there's polish, and they don't see the flaws or struggle, just the highlighted reel. With you, they've seen your raw and unedited version, and unfortunately, that can make them undervalue what you bring to the table. Number 3, jealousy and comparison. Now, let's keep it real. Jealousy does play a part too. When someone they know starts to succeed or even just starts trying to level up, it can make them feel uncomfortable. Why? Because it reminds them of what they're not doing. This doesn't always come from a malicious place, though. It's often a subconscious reaction. If they're doing this, what does that say about me? Am I failing? Am I falling behind? It's easier for them to cheer for someone far away, a celebrity, because there's no personal comparison or competition there. Number 4, another one is perceive value and validation. Celebrities come with validation. They already have millions of followers, endorsement deals, and media coverage. Supporting them feels cool. It feels like being a part of the in crowd. Sharing your content, that doesn't give them the same social clout. To them, supporting you might feel like they're taking a risk. They don't know if others will value what you're doing, so they hesitate to be the first to cheer you on. This is a big one. Fear of growth. Number 5. When people see you growing, it can feel threatening. Supporting you might feel like they're putting you on a pedestal that they can't reach. It's not always intentional, but your success might challenge their sense of identity or make them feel like they're getting left behind. Number 6, the parasocial relationships. This is where people form emotional bonds with celebrities, even though they've never met them. Social media creates this illusion of closeness. They see celebrities post, they hear their stories, and they feel like they know them. Meanwhile, your relationship is real. Real relationships are messy and complicated. And that imperfection doesn't always inspire them with the same kind of admiration. Okay, so here are the takeaways. So what does this all mean? First, let me say this loud and clear. It's not you, it's them. Understanding this helps you let go of resentment or self-doubt. Their lack of support isn't about you not being good enough. It's about their own perceptions and insecurities. Second, remember this. The right people will find you. Sometimes strangers will be your biggest supporters, as all of us know, because they don't all have these biases. And finally, keep showing up. Your wings are yours to spread, whether they clap for you or not. In closing, I want you to let me know in the comments, have you ever experienced this? Do your friends and family support you, or do you feel like they've kind of been silent and they could do a better job? Personally, I would love to hear your stories in the comment. What is it we can share? What is it we can do? Is there anything we could be doing a better job of when it comes to supporting people that we actually know? And as a reminder, sometimes the people closest to you can't see your wings until you're already flying. So keep going.
Do you?
All right. It was a lot there. It was a lot there. So why? I mean, he broke down the psychology behind, why I guess people who are close to you will support people so far away. Oh, what it seems like over supporting, you as the person that's right there that they can touch. And he was saying that pretty much, understanding the psychology of it can allow you to handle it better and to not feel that resentment or that for some people, anger or disdain, towards those people who are considered to be your warm market, right? I don't know about the more you understand, the less you feel the resentment. I think that the resentment, you're going to feel that anyway. I think it comes along with the journey, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? You're going to have, because just like there's a populace of people who know you from around the way that will post Drake all day or post whoever, Will Smith all day or post The Rock or whoever else they follow that they don't personally know, never met, you know what I mean? Don't know them from a can of paint. Whoever it is or whoever they are that they post, and they never really post you. Just like there's somebody who from around the way that doesn't do that, there's people from around the way that do, that will champion you, that will get behind you, that will see the light that's shining on you. They will, and they'll fuck with you from right next to you. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, just like Jesus with 12 disciples, which one of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Which one of y'all Judas? You feel me? But I think there's a lot more Judas energy than we would like. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I think there's another issue that's there too.
Yeah.
So are you looking for support or are you looking for worship?
That's true too.
There are people who have done certain things and they're looking for worship. They're not looking for support. See, support is, especially if I'm just now getting going. Simple as liking and subscribing, buying a t-shirt, buying some socks, wearing somebody's sweater that you bought that they put out, you know, nice sick jersey that you sick sweater that you got on right now, you know what I'm saying? You know, sick
Yeah.
society sweater.
Shop
Right?
Six Society, man. Shop Six
You know,
Society.
there's a difference. I mentioned this just the other day on the show about supporting people's businesses, supporting people's like for example, if you know that I make graphics, call me up. You know what I'm saying? If you know, like, I'm not saying you even got to use my graphic, but I'm saying if you know I make graphics and you looking for somebody to make you a graphic, give me a shot at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell you tomorrow that I came out with, I don't know, monogram pens, you're gonna be like, well, who writes? Well, I might need to sign something every once in a while. I take this personalized pen, with my logo on it. You know what I'm saying? Put that in your pocket. Bought one pen. That in itself is support. If you come out with a mixtape and you say, "Hey, this mixtape ain't mastered, but my lyrics is on point," I'm gonna buy your mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for you to have the polish of a bad boy record label. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for, okay, did you put your foot in this one? You know what I'm saying? You tried on this one. You did your thing. I'm not saying that I'm gonna buy 500 copies. I'm saying that I bought a copy. And then other people say when I'm playing this song, hey, who that is? Hey, y'all go to this SoundCloud or this website and y'all go ahead and get y'all one too. Matter of fact, you might not even have to spend no money. It might be uploaded for free. Just give them some spins, like it, put it in your catalog of things you listen to. Matter of fact, do me a favor, listen to it 5 times and then tell me what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and then I send some feedback back. Those are all versions of support. But just saying, oh, he sucks. You have never heard anything that he's ever done, or he sucks. You have never seen anything that he drew. Oh, but I grew up with him, and then he used to play the clarinet. Not saying you played the clarinet, it's just an example. Like, oh, he
No,
played the
I'm
clarinet.
following you, bro.
Or we were in BCB together, or I remember when we was on Trojans, just stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, but that was a long time ago. He could have took whatever little bit of talent that he had there and rolled it over through hard work to increase it. He took whatever passion that he had for what he was doing and he could have rolled it over to increase it. By the time that you saw this person again, you're gonna say, "Oh, I know them. They used to date such and such when they was 14." You know how dumb that sounds? But that's the mentality that he's speaking about. People
Shit.
that remember
Yeah.
the time you tripped and fell because your shoelaces wasn't tied when you were 12. Like, that's your
Yeah.
whole personality, is tripping on your shoelaces and falling
Right.
and busting your head wide open. That probably only happened once, to be honest. But that's what they remember, and that's for some reason their brains won't let you grow up in their brains. Their brains won't let you mature, get better at your craft. Like, oh, I could never support him. I mean, I actually really could. And, there's another artist from around the way that I just support. I don't even like his type of music, to be honest, but I support it because it's not bad music. People love it, but like, I think that his talent level should have him of a little bit up higher. So every time he do something, I act like, hey, well, I hit the like button. I say, that's another good track, man. Keep it coming. You working hard. I don't say this is the best thing I ever heard. No, I don't have to do that. But I do support the man. I hope he goes as far as you can go in the industry.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Well, what does that got to do with you, Cortez? Nothing. I just want him to win.
Nino, what up? What up? He said, "What we doing? What we doing?" Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I think that the biggest message I would give to people that's on their grind is not to not take it personal. Shit, having a chip on your shoulder is useful. But what I would say is that just do the shit for the yeses. I think
Yeah.
people pay too much attention to the no's. You know what I mean? Just do it for the yeses, man. Do it for the people who gonna take you as seriously as you take yourself, and just keep building on that and just keep stacking and compounding, followers, subscribers, etc. Whatever it is that you're doing, customers, whatever, what I'm saying? And just keep building, focus on the yeses. And then when you do give the no's energy, make sure that you transmute that energy and weaponize it for productivity. If you got to take that negative energy to the gym with you to fuel your workout, use that shit as pre-workout. Use that
If you're
shit.
an artist, write an album.
Yeah, write an album. If you know what I mean, just transmute the energy, weaponize the energy, that people giving you of their lack of belief or their lack of support. That would be the advice I would give, because honestly, saying that, oh, I understand the psychology of my haters now. So because I understand, I ain't tripping. No, I'm still tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear how cold these motherfucking verses is, or you see how dope this artwork is, or you hear how raw this guitar riff is. Don't act like this shit ain't elite level just because you went to 6th grade with me. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, but at the same time too, I think a lot of people are guilty of wanting validation from people in their hometown or people that's from around their way, wherever they from, like a little too much and shit. Like I always tell people, even though it's harder to do, focusing on your cold market. For those who don't know the term cold and warm market, your cold market is people who don't know you from a can of paint. Focusing on your cold market with whatever it is that your product is, whatever it is you pushing, even though it's gonna feel like tapping a fucking hammer against a brick wall at first. Once you start chiseling away a bit, you know what I'm saying, and you really build off your cold market, the way that they're going to spread what you do by word of mouth organically can't be paid for.
Yeah, you can't.
Your warm market, you damn near got to send them a text and say, hey, can you share this around to some people you know for me? You got to ask them. Your cold market, they sharing your shit
for you.
Like, yeah, you ain't got to say shit.
They're coming back because they enjoy what you're doing, not because they're just trying to support you. Now,
real talk.
Now when that overlaps, so that it does overlap, that I'm enjoying myself at the same time as supporting somebody. I love when that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
I love when that happens, but it would never have gotten there if I didn't make my mind up from the beginning to just, well, I mean, I know them, I'm gonna support them.
Yep.
Especially when it doesn't cost me any money.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, people who work on their craft, because if you come out with something that's garbage, I can probably tell you that it's garbage. I'm not saying that I won't be like, hey man, keep working. You got something. Obviously you got something, but this wasn't it. This wasn't the greatest product in the world. I can tell you where, as a consumer, what I would be looking for a little bit more from your product, whatever your product might be, and you can take into consideration that if you want to complete, if you trust me enough, if you want to please your consumer base, or you say, look, everything that I do is gold and I'm going to keep on doing it the way that I'm doing it. You can say that too, or you can say, look, I'm going to take that in consideration. And, maybe I might do a project that more aligns with some of the things that you might want to see or hear and see where that takes me. You know what I mean? You can do that. But if you're one of those people who doesn't like constructive criticism or even feedback in general, because there are plenty of people who don't like any feedback, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, regardless of what anybody says. You might grow a little bit slower in certain areas, depending on what you're trying to do. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because if you're one of those people where like you want to make your art and you don't care if anybody buys it, go right ahead.
Yeah.
But if you do care that people buy it, which is what we're talking about, if you do care, then that's a mistake. I will also say one last caveat about this, about the homegrown people. I do believe that a lot of it is conditioning to want the adulation of people who you grew up with and in the towns that you grew up with, because that's what they taught in school. They beat that into people. I gotta make a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like so the people that you grew up with and around, I want them to see me and say, I knew him. You hear that all the time. You do.
Yeah. But whether you focus on them or not, once you achieve success, those people are going to say that anyway. So you don't have to focus on them to get you off the ground. That's what I mean. I agree with everything you just said. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with everything you just said. I just think people focus on the love of their warm market too much. And I think it's built off of them having some form of an expectation. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you from around the way, like, okay, I can get shit going from right here because I got these people around me. These people around me don't want to see you ascend.
They don't.
You finna hop in the basket in front of everybody. Everybody make a big ass circle. Everybody make a big ass circle. Watch me get inside this hot air balloon and take off without y'all.
They're not buying the helium.
Niggas is not lining up for that.
They're not bringing jars of helium that they. So I like this example.
Yeah.
Everybody at home in the town got a little jar of helium, right? It says 100,000 people in the town, a decently sized town. They all know your name. They're not bringing their helium to put in your balloon so you could go up. They say, well, I only got a little bit of helium. I can't give him half of my helium. So he can rise. So he can have a giant ball of helium. What makes him any better than me?
Right.
Whereas your quote unquote cold market, they bring the helium to you without you asking for it.
They bring in the
When's the next time that you're going on a balloon ride? Well, I wasn't planning on it today. Well, there's 100,000 of us outside that want to see you go on a balloon sail.
And we brought helium. We got helium for your ass. You could take that balloon all across this country. There's helium available for you everywhere. I like that. We just I like that analogy, bro. Yeah. We did a thing.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Like, I didn't even get to like talk to you about this really, but I had a situation that popped up last week, with somebody that I thought was pretty close to me. And this is the human experience, guys. If you didn't know, this is a special episode of the human experience that goes on the Raw Society Coalition channel. This is not the Tez Down, as you guys have probably realized already. And it's also not classical, but you have classic here to do the human experience. And part of that is relating this. I'm going to relate this back to me today. Just last week, I was 10 minutes before I had to go live and do a show. I had someone call and message me and tell me what you're doing is weird. And I was like, what's weird about it? Like there's over 100 million YouTube channels. I was like, and a lot of them are very successful. Well, what makes you think you're going to be very successful? I didn't even answer the question. I was like, what makes you think I'm not? Well, you could just spend your time on something else. Yeah, I don't want to. And in the conversation at that point, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give extra energy on it. I talked to somebody else, who I do like to see what they think about it when, they went through this before. And, they got successful. Talk to them like, hey, you got successful, and you dealt with this. And, the things that you can't care about what the people saying you're not going to do when you got a plan already. You got a plan. The plan's going to work, right? Yeah. Plan's going to work, right? You like what you're doing, right? Yeah. Well, you're going to let somebody take it from you when you like what you're doing. The plan's going to work. Who are you hurting? You're not hurting anybody. You're enjoying yourself. You're having a good time. Even if you got nobody watching, you're still going to do it, right? Well, yeah, I did it when nobody was watching. Okay, then what's the point of arguing about somebody else, about why they can't support or why they can't see your vision? There was no point at all. It was just, they don't want to support, let them go. Don't worry about it. The people who want to support you will. You'll find your tribe. And guess what? It might not be the people that you thought would support you. It might not be. Matter of fact, it's almost never them. There are still people in North Carolina right now that talk badly about Michael Jordan. He wasn't really that good. I never really thought he was that good. I watched all of it. I saw the championships. I still don't think he's that good. Same thing with Kobe. And yes, even baby Bron, there's still people that are going to tell you, well, you know what? I was on that team at St. Vincent, St. Mary's. He wasn't really that good. He just had the media coverage. Look, man, people will always come up with a reason to try to stop you from doing what you want to do, especially when you ain't hurt nobody. Especially when you ain't hurt nobody. But your people will find you. They like what you do. What did Eddie Murphy say about it when Bill Cosby called him about his content?
Yeah.
And then Eddie talked to Richard Pryor. Eddie said, well, this is what Bill told me. Richard Pryor said, hey, do people laugh when you say what you say? Yes. Do they have a good time when you say that stuff? Yes. Will you tell Bill I said to shut up? Obviously, I had to paraphrase the end because Richard Pryor, as we know, was very uncouth. I didn't feel like being like that right now because I'm not Richard Pryor and I'm not telling jokes. Sometimes you just got to keep it moving. The people that you thought was going to support you might not. And that's cool. The people who want to support you will. And especially if you're a new creator, if you're a new anything, you really only want people supporting you that want to support you. You don't owe those people anything, and they know you don't owe them anything except to do what you're doing, and that's why they're supporting you. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Like I used to get mad, bro. I used to get mad when people didn't support me when I was doing something. And then I was like, why am I worried about them supporting me if I'm enjoying what I'm doing and other people support me? Why not focus on the people that support me and not the people that's not?
Hey, bro, when I first learned how to get bread as an independent artist without being famous, right? Because that's a code that I had to crack. I'm not finna tell. I think I've told it on content before, but I'm no longer telling how I cracked that code for free. You know, if somebody want to pay for consultation, let me know. But I will say this much: this is a free nugget. I was working a corporate job, and I was like, all right, the mission was always to get out the day job vibe anyway, right? It's to go full-time artist, right? And I realized very quickly, without a way in or without some wild ass amount of thousands of dollars to put behind myself, because you essentially, to get into the industry, you got to know somebody or purchase your way in. I'm gonna just be real with you. You buy your way in. Well, that falls under the umbrella of knowing somebody, but it doesn't have to be that way. But yeah, like that too. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, I mean, to get into the industry, you either purchase your way in or you have relationships that get you in one way or another, right? When I realized I didn't have the relationships or the capital to infiltrate in that capacity, I quickly was like, all right, how do I make bread in this shit without becoming big and famous? I figured that out and I cracked that code. But I will say this, for a while, until I was able to fire my boss and go full time on my music pre-pandemic, for a while, my mission was to get 200 people to spend $500 a year with me. Do the math on that. Get 200 people to spend $500 per year with me. That was the mission. Y'all do the math on that. What's that? That's 100 bands, right? So, like, if you get, or you could do, I'm trying to get 100 people to spend, I'm trying to get 1,000, right? You see what I'm saying? 100 people to spend 1,000 with me, or 200 people to spend $500 per year with me. That would make me a 6-figure artist, right? And because you independent and you living off music only, you can write off damn near your whole life on taxes and keep a majority of your 100 bands if you know what you're doing, right? So that was the game plan for a long time. I just had to figure out how to execute that. Okay, how do I get 200 people to spend $500 a year with me? I figured that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the pandemic impacted all entrepreneurs, and especially entertainers, right? So we all felt it. Mikey, I'm sure, felt it if he's getting paid gigs. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this is that worrying about the motherfuckers who ain't fucking with it, like I said, unless you weaponizing that shit, it's really futile. It's a very futile thing to do. Like, the goal is to focus on the yeses and understand it. Look at it like a shooting percentage. I'm trying to get 200 people that fuck with my brand enough to spend $500 per year with me through things that I'm providing, obviously, right? Shows, merch, whatever, right? If that's the mission, I might have to talk to or interact with or put myself in front of or open up for enough artists and be and perform in front of and go to enough venues and do enough shit for free just to be seen and recognized and loved for what I do. I might have to do an unforeseeable amount of that to get to that goal.
Do you love it?
But what benefit does it matter to me if the 200 people all were from my high school or all were from my middle school? Or you get what I'm saying?
I do.
People spend too much time giving a fuck about how motherfuckers even when you're at home. You could be at home, not worried about the people at home. You feel me? Like, bro, I've performed in Mexico. I've performed in the Philippines. I performed in Greece. I performed, like, brother, I have rapped around the world. Why would I stress myself out if Joey from fucking math class ain't on the bandwagon?
Exactly.
It's a mind fuck.
Exactly. We are no longer in high school. Number one. That's number one. Number two, anytime that you say you love something, and whether regardless of what the experts might say or who the people who are so-called experts, if you love it, you'll do it for free. If you love it, you'll do it for free. That's not saying if you want to make money, you'll do it for free. I'm saying if you love it, you'll do it for free. If you don't love it, I can understand why you wouldn't want to do it for free. I can understand.
Real talk. Real talk.
I understood why Tom Brady took pay cuts. I totally understood. He wanted to win championships.
He was already plenty rich. How much bread you need? How much bread you need? It got to be about something else. It got to be about something else at some point, right?
Same with Jordan. Jordan notoriously didn't argue a bunch of contracts.
Yep. He was getting so much Nike money though. But let's catch up real quick, Tez. Mikey said, why don't they want me, man? From Fresh Prince, for sure. Let's see. I said too close to the light, you get blinded. You know, people can't see the people next to them. Even if the mixtape was trash, I'm buying and sharing. LOL. I may not listen to it much, but I got a copy. Yeah, for sure. Belief is superior. Belief is superior to support, but you need support as well. Belief take you farther though, right? Because the people that believe, they gonna move even different. Then they gonna move that extra mile from the people that support. But you need both.
Like you already made it.
Yep, support no matter what, for sure. Mikey said, as a black man who makes metal music, I know exactly what it's like not to be supported by friends online. It's fine. It's all about the music anyway. Support is a bonus. I got a quick story about this with Mikey. I think Mikey some years ago got mad at me on Facebook because he thought I didn't know that he made music. I just legitimately didn't know, and it wasn't his fault or my fault. I think he was posting and doing everything I was doing. He wasn't in my algorithm. We followed each other, but my Facebook never spit me any of his music. So he had said something to me. This was years ago, so forgive me not knowing particulars, right? But he had said something about something, and then I responded like, "Oh, you make music?" with like a question mark. Knowing the journey of an independent artist, because I've been on it as well. He probably was sensitive about that shit. And we artists be sensitive about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck, you don't know I make music, nigga? I legitimately didn't know. And it wasn't his fault. Because when I went to his page and then I saw he had been posting, I'm like, I've never seen any of this. And it let you know how these social media platforms really work too. So they'll have you being mad at people from around the way. And the people from around the way not even seeing you like you think.
Oh, there's a ton of people that tell me they never see me come up.
But then there's a ton of people that watch you and don't hit no like button. So it go both ways. But the key is to focus on the yeses. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, funny story. Because I could feel like I forget what his response was exactly, but I could feel like that he took it some type of way. And I was just like, shit, I ain't mean shit back. He probably don't even remember. It probably insignificant now. But yeah, he said moving the chat up. Cortez is just gassing you up. He said adjust your mic. Yeah, I had said that too. Better. Yeah, your mic was muffled for a second.
Yeah.
The nerd will find you. ESG said what they say on the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. Facts. She chosen said this a lot of code for sure. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Everybody hit the like button too. But yeah, man. So yeah, it's a lot to this one. But yeah, I think the psychological breakdown was pretty dope. To understand that there are a lot of people who don't support from not necessarily a malicious place, but just from a psychology understanding, just it's more so about them and not you.
Yeah.
And so taking it personal doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say focus on the yeses, man.
They're not trying to put their helium in your balloon. You just like them to them.
Yeah.
We ate lunch together at the same table. Talking about you about to go to the stars. You ain't about to go to no stars. I would have went to the stars. Hey, Pookie, you heard this? Ray said he going to the stars. Dumbass. Look, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to keep it moving, man. He don't know. Yeah. He don't know you've been to space camp already. He don't know that you're in a program to become a physicist. He doesn't know that you did all of that time, in the Air Force, in the aeronautics program, so you could be an astronaut. He didn't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know any of that. He didn't pay attention to it either.
Hey, Ted, I'll tell you what, man. We wrapping this one on why friends don't support on social. But look, hey, bro, we did some good numbers tonight, man. Thank you for everybody that's up on the early morning or the late night, tapping in with us for show. We got a lot of new faces in here. Please, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the Tears Down, subscribe to the Classic Codes, and subscribe to the Raw Society Coalition. This is streaming on all 3 platforms right now. So wherever you watching from, subscribe there, and you can tap in with the rest from there. But yeah, man, bro, we did numbers tonight, bro. It's been a cool little wave passing through here. Yeah, man. Chat's still on fire. Bro.
Yeah.
A conversation with Soft Rain said, yes, indeed. You know, she tracking in the background. Look, she talking once every 30 minutes. We did a thing tonight, bro. Hey, listen, the late night window. Hey, Red Room did some shit last night too, man. Red Room did some numbers last night. No, I said did some numbers, bro. It's cool. Like, yeah, it might be. We might have unlocked some shit. ESG said sometimes you can't let people know your next move because they will prey on your downfall. Oh man, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Literally.
I've had people call places.
Cast spells on you the whole 9 yards.
I stopped posting. So this is back when I was just worried about my job, right? And like, I don't know, bro, like looking back on it, I'm not really sure what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But like I had a faux pas. You know, I used to think that like, okay, everybody else is doing this, I got to do it too, right? And so I would post like, I got this new job, and I look at me, look what I'm doing, and you know, I'm just like everybody else. And like, I would have like ridiculous things. So one time I got a job, and I really did like my job a lot, and you could tell I liked my job. I was posting about it all the time.
That should be dope when you like your job, bro.
Everybody liked me. I was moving up fast. Like I was putting a program to like basically do what I wanted to do, was travel with doing this, and you know, and then I got called into the office like a couple months in, and they was like, "Hey, we have to let you go." And I'm like, "What do you mean you gotta let me go? What I do?" They're like, "You didn't do anything." And I was like, "Why y'all look like y'all about to cry?" And they was like, "When something like this happens, we have to like immediately terminate. And like, we know it's not your fault. And like, even when we investigate this, you're gonna get a letter back about the investigation, but we're legally not allowed to rehire you because of our company policies." And I was like, because basically when you going from there, you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how it is with them. If you're going, you go, you don't get to come back. And the lady, she closed the door to the office, and she was like, "Hey, I was gonna talk to you real quick." She was like, "I don't know who, you know, people that you upset or made mad, but like somebody that knows like very intimate details about you called and made a complaint. We're gonna investigate the complaint. Like, we don't think there's any merit to it, but this is company policy. So please don't be upset with us, and please keep in touch. And like, we'll always take care of you if you come back to like patronize the business." And I was just like, "Look, I'm not even mad right now, y'all." I'm like, "Let me get to the bottom of this." I got to the bottom of it. And long story short, it was just, you know, people calling and saying some stuff about me. Wasn't even true. It's like they investigated it and everything, and they was like, "This sucks."
Bro, why do okay, so if you doing something right, you gonna have some haters, but why are your haters so intense?
They're malicious.
Last week your fucking meta got shut down. You had to dispute to get your meta back. Like what? Like, why are your haters so intense, bro?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not just a supernova. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm burning at a frequency that is so high on just about everything that I do, because I put parts in. I know a lot of people don't believe in this, but I leverage parts of my soul on my projects. That the gas is soul energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not just if it works, it works. No, the gas for what I'm doing, we're working with, you know, some nuclear stuff here. There's some chain reactions going on. So I'm able to shine brighter than I'm supposed to. I'm able to go farther than I'm supposed to. And for some reason, it just pisses them off.
Bro, I don't know what you be saying, you know what I'm saying, to these people. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what the situation is, but hey, hold on. John, enjoy your time out. Hold on, this shit keep moving. Enjoy your time out. Matter of fact, we just gonna block you altogether. Eat dirt. Yeah. Eat dirt with syrup. Eat dirt with syrup. Yeah, I got time. Listen. We so chill, they think we don't know how to troll back. They Tez, we listen, they done called us at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And they think shit's sweet. Boy, listen, this shit can activate any moment.
Today I got time, cuz.
This shit could activate. But back to regular scheduled programming, man. Hey, Roxy gave us a compliment. We not gonna let that slide. I appreciate all of those. She said, y'all got that real talk. It's too good to miss, for real, for real. We appreciate you, Roxy, for sure, for sure. Conversations with Soft Rain said probably need to keep these late nights popping, especially on the weekends. LOL. Yeah. Hey, did you catch Red Room? You was in the Red Room, but you kind of wasn't like what. Hey, the Red. I liked the Red Room the other night.
10 minutes in.
Yeah, I liked the Red Room yesterday, man. It was dope.
Before it went off, but I was in there.
Yeah, shit was dope,
Yeah,
man.
I was in there. It's because I had work early this morning, so it was definitely real good last night.
Adriana said, "Work it." She said, "Why he say syrup like that? For real, for real. Syrup. What you mean? How you supposed to say it? Syrup. How you supposed to say it? wait. Time. How you supposed to say it? Syrup. Ain't that how you say it? Syrup. Ain't that how? What y'all say? Syrup. How y'all say it? Hold on. Adriana, how you supposed to say syrup? Syrup.
Scissor.
Hey.
Scissor.
She said I fell asleep. LOL. I rewatched and commented. Sear up. Sear up. Syrup. Syrup. Hey, we from the crib. That's syrup, folks. Syrup. Pass the syrup.
Oh no.
Man, go get some rest, gang. We can shut this shit down, man. It's been another one. Simply hold on, is that Momo?
Yes, yes, it is. What's up, girl?
Momo, you back on the scene? What's happening?
Where's she been hiding at?
Nah, Momo called me the other week at a bad time. I didn't get to call her back though. Well, you know, my schedule been crazy for like the last month. Momo, don't take it personal. You know I'm finna hit you back. She said, yes. Hey, what you doing? Hey, you woke at this. Hey, look. Hold on. I'm gonna just drop the link. I know she probably not available, but I got to give it a shot, bro. I got to.
Yeah, let her in here.
Nah, I can't drop this link. I gotta email it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't because this reusable.
Send it to her on Facebook Messenger.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, she probably not even free, but I'm gonna just send it anyway.
I'm surprised she's awake.
Oh God. Yeah, I can't drop this one in the chat. I'm glad I thought about it though.
Yeah, you can't drop that one in there. She says she got you another time.
Oh, she not free. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna go through the rigmarole. It is 3 a.m. though. We was reaching. Look, I got excited. She said, I got you another time for sure. Okay, that's a bet. We need you on the next Queen Code.
Come on the Queen Code. Yeah, we both say
yeah. We need that. We need that.
She would be excellent on there.
Oh yeah, for sure. She got that passion. That passion.
Hey, but you can't have her and Trigger on the same show.
It's up there.
If you put them on the same show,
we going viral.
Yeah, that'll be viral.
We are going viral.
That would be viral. It would.
It's over. We out of here.
Hey, shout out to her though. She is a shining example of somebody that has seen somebody at every stage of their life and supported them anyway.
Roxy said you ain't, huh?
She said you ain't saying it wrong. That's how they say it.
Yeah, that's how I say it. Yeah, sir. Yeah. She said I'm down for all the smoke with love.
Of course you are.
Let's do the Queen Code Thursday. Yeah, we can do it. I was already putting it together. You just read my mind. I missed 2 months. I missed 2 months. We had the holidays. You know what I'm saying? So we missed 2 months by default.
Put them both on there. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be in the comment section, obviously.
Man, next Queen Code gonna be epic. I might have 8 women on there. I'm just throw the topics out and let them walk.
I think it's funny. The Queen Code is always funny when you just sitting there and they talking.
Yeah, I just be letting them talk. Until they say some shit that's just too wild, then I'll be like, hold on, man. Look, because at the end of the day, I see the fellas in the chat like, Classic, if you don't say something, bro, like it's gonna be like, Class, come on, G. Like you be like, Classic, I know you're not gonna, I know you read my comments.
I sent you a text at one time.
Read my comments.
I was like, I sent you a text.
Yeah, read my
Come on, man. You can't do me like that.
It's the queen codes is to let the women talk, man. It is to let the women talk, brother. You that's why we can't bring you up. Somebody said one time, somebody said, let Tez up. I said, oh no.
Nope. He about to poke holes in that ship. He riding on his pirate ship. He riding down. He not even riding down the ocean. He riding down the river. His pirate.
Natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out.
Yeah, the water. Tell him straight up. Blow that out the water.
Yeah, man, we can't.
He ain't coming up here tonight.
Nah, hell no. I know better, bro. I know better. Somebody said let Mr. McBride up. I said nope, because I want y'all to come back.
Never. No, see, he'll make them not like you.
Nah, impossible. Nah, it has happened. It has happened. It has happened. It has happened. I had this chick, she got into it with him, made it my fault that she was even talking to him, called my rhetoric misogyny because of him. And I just blocked her. She was fine too. But yeah, once you insult me, you gone. I ain't listen. I ain't gotta force you to respect me. I'ma just respect myself. Be gone. Be gone. Yeah, it's all good. You think I'm a misogynist? Perfect. I'm gonna get the fuck out your way. Yeah. Let me get to it before you do it. Fuck you talking about. Hey, listen, I told you. That's why when the trolls come in here, they have no idea. They have no idea, boy.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Don't even see what I'm saying. It's getting late. Yeah, simply Momo said, I'll be on my best. I'm sure I won't trigger nobody. Shit.
Impossible.
Nah, because you scared not to. Yeah, you're not scared to disagree. We appreciate that classic LOL. For sure. We're gonna let you talk. Even we know y'all gonna double, triple, and even quadruple talk. But we gonna let you talk. He said, y'all fuck with that Memphis funk. I don't even know what that is. I ain't gonna hold you.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Let's wrap the show, man.
I don't even like Memphis.
Make sure y'all tap in with us on February 13th, man. We got a live podcast panel in Darien, the west suburbs of Chicago, Darien, Illinois. Make sure y'all fly in February 13th, day before Valentine's. That's a Friday. Get y'all tickets. They on sale on Eventbrite. The ticket link is at Raw Society Coalition Instagram, or you can go to my Instagram at the Classic Codes, or you can go to the Tez Down, or Soul Reaper 24 on Instagram for the Tez Down, and the ticket link is in all those locations, so you can get your tickets for the show, man. Come pull up on us. Check this out.
They don't like it when you got that glow, and one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oil farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. Real life, I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside.
Yeah, man. So make sure you tap in with us on February 13th. Pull up to the Singles and Soulmates Valentine's Day panel, and we got a full concert afterwards by myself, B Class. Y'all know me as Classic with the Classic Codes. It's gonna be an epic night. Tickets are at a discounted rate for a little while longer. Don't wait too long. Make sure you grab your tickets. It's gonna be an intentionally intimate event, so you ain't got to worry about rubbing shoulders or being in a sweat box. It's going to be a comfortable venue, food and beverages, available for you. Great bar staff, great everything. You know what I'm saying? Safe environment, free parking, the whole demonstration, man. So pull up, because it's definitely going to be one of them events where like you in there, you having a good time, and you just
Remember this day. Remember this day.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those for sure. So make sure y'all pull up, man. But Tez, you got any closing thoughts before we wrap the show?
You guys can find any information about the RSC in any of my recent videos in the description area. That's merchandise. That is the next event. and that is the socials. That is all in there. As always, you can find me Soul Reaper 24 on all the platforms, all the ones that you should be finding me on anyway. And thank y'all for coming out tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been 2 hours.
For sure.
Morning,
Billy Kershaw. You know Billy? I know
Billy's
Billy
from the UK.
Oh, okay. What up, Billy? Morning with you.
Billy, I met Billy on the Ben podcast quite some time ago. Love when they show up on these shows and these episodes. It's always
man,
fantastic.
come on now. We be having, you already know. We done had Australia in the chat. We done had Dubai in the chat. We done had, you already know. Come on now. Yeah, this shit don't stop. Simply Momo said, just wanted to send some love. Send me the link, class. Much love always. Oh, for sure. I'm gonna send it to you. I got you. Flip said February 13th sounds like it would be forever fun. Oh, for sure. You got to pull up. Got to pull up. What up, Flip? But yeah, man, it's been a good one, man. If y'all don't do nothing else, make sure y'all stick to the codes. It's the human experienced. We out.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and now hardened the